All right. So everybody, welcome to MudTalks. Today we have Re. I'm gonna let you go into a little bit and tell me about yourself because I really want to know.
Okay.
This is our third time that we were supposed to meet
Yes.
up, and we finally made it happen.
They say third time is the charm.
This
so
is the charm.
yes,
I agree with it
I'm
110%.
So excited.
So
yes.
tell everybody a little bit about yourself,
Okay.
please.
Well, hi everyone. My name is ReAnna. You can call me ReAnna Yvette. I'm a fashion stylist. I'm here in Toledo locally. I graduated from a fashion program in New York called Mr. Hilton's Fashion Academy. She is a celebrity stylist who's worked with, oh my God, like everyone from Bad Boy, Mary J. Blige, Missy Elliott, Faith Evans, Jodeci.
Big names.
Just big names. Big names.
Old
like
school
90s,
too.
You know what I mean? Hip hop, you know. She was the fashion originator for that, like Little Kim, you know. So she's an amazing. So I attended her academy in June of 2018, and I graduated of June of 2019. So and I've been styling a lot of people here in Toledo locally as well as in New York, and I've worked on several different projects. I worked for Rhapsody on a video shoot for her. I've done a commercial for Manhattan Mini Storage in New York. I worked on a sketch comedy series for Complex. I worked for New York Fashion Week. Just a couple different things, you know.
Beautiful.
Just following my dream and my passion.
Beautiful. Sketch comedy show. We gotta go back to that. What did you work on there? What was that?
It was called Group Therapy.
Okay.
And it was for Complex, and it was really cool. Like,
yeah.
That was my first series, like you know, being like TV that I've done.
Yeah.
So it was really cool.
Yeah.
You know, it was really cool.
That's had to be a new experience for you. And you just graduated recently.
Yeah.
That's last year.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's right.
Yeah.
And 2 years into it. So 2018 to 2019, getting out of that and then doing something like that had to be an amazing feeling.
Just going straight into it. Like it was crazy because I went from graduating the program and then straight into it. The stylist that I work for in New York, his name is Jason Rimbert. He styles Michael B. Jordan, Issa Rae, Marseille Martin, Rita Ora. So, and he was a stylist that I personally had admired, and so I really had wanted to.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah,
yeah,
and I
that's
really had
awesome.
wanted to work with them, and it was crazy because I believe in manifestation. So, one day I wrote in my journal that I was going to work for Jason Rimbert in October of 2018. And I wrote that in my journal and I just left it there, but I believed it. And then one day I was on Instagram and he was just asking like people in his story. He was like, you know, just asking, do you have fashion questions? So I just inboxed him and said, hey, are you looking for, you know, anybody to work for you? And he messaged me back. And so
seeing that, gut feeling like,
he messaged me back and I was like, he told me to send him my resume and I did that. I was going to be in New York. This was in January, first week in January.
Okay.
I was going to be in New York like 2 weeks later. So they had emailed me and asked me, could I come? And they didn't know I lived in Ohio at the time. They knew nothing about where I lived,
living status or anything like that.
And I didn't want to tell them because I didn't want that to jeopardize my chance.
Yeah, of course.
And so they asked me to come in for an interview, and I was like, okay. So I was looking up flights to see how much flights were, and found a flight. Well, we were emailing back and forth, and then his assistant, she just got busy and you know, didn't reply back to me. Mm-hmm. So a couple days later, she did, and the flight had inflated like to 400. And I was like, I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah.
So I just was like, you know, could we reschedule? I can come next week. And she said, sure. And I was already going to be in New York.
That's perfect.
It worked out perfect.
Yeah.
So I showed up to the interview with my luggage and everything. And I'm like, this is my passion. This is my dream. And
nice.
This is what I want to do. And
very
so
nice.
They took a chance and hired me and let me come on board as part of the Jason Rimbert team. And
that's amazing. That sounds amazing.
Yeah.
That's great.
It was, so dope.
Yeah, especially something that you had wrote prior.
Prior.
I do believe in manifestation. I do believe that, I mean, just wanting something isn't going to be enough. But if you put in that desire, and not only with that desire, you put in the work towards that desire.
Right.
It will generally go in that direction if you keep believing and seeing that. Even if that's not your everyday, I'm going to work for him. No, I'm going to work for him. I'm going to get better. I'm going to do this.
Yes.
And then eventually you get to the point where luck.
Yes.
Luck has so much to do in this life that people don't understand. Where some opportunities they just happen to occur, and it's great. And for that to happen to you, I'm so excited for you. That's awesome.
Thank you.
So are you still, or was that a?
Yeah, I still work for him.
That's awesome.
I've been working for him since March of 2019.
Okay.
Was when I originally had started.
Nice.
So every time I go to New York, I work for him. This past winter in January, he has his own fashion line too, as well as he's a stylist. So he was debuting his line in New York Fashion Week. So I got a chance to work with him in New York Fashion Week, as well as he styles, like I was saying, Michael B. Jordan. I worked for him with the Coach campaign for Michael B. Jordan, as well as for Issa Rae, as far as certain fitties.
I seen some pictures that you posted. That had to have been an amazing experience.
So amazing. It was like one of those things where you don't really take it all in until after the fact. You know what I mean? It's like, it's a surreal experience. It's like you know you're going to do it, and once you get there, it's work. You instantly click on
it's a different mode
to work.
It's a different mode.
I mean? You don't think about who it is or anything like that. You think, okay, I'm here to work, I'm here to do my job,
the best I can.
Yep. And then afterwards you reflect and you're like, I was just talking to I was just putting clothes on. You know what I mean?
Did I just do this?
I just do that? Like, wow.
That's amazing. And even more so when it's your passion. Even more so when it's like, it's work, but really it's not. It's something that you want to do. There's a big difference between having a job where you go in and do whatever you have to do and take your paycheck to going doing something that you're passionate about. You can tell me all you want to. Okay, perfect. Yeah, that's great.
It was so amazing. And like, I'm from Sandusky, Ohio. I'm from a small town. And so being able to do something like that, being from where I'm from, is like, wow.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a big step. It feels like a big monumental, as a matter of fact.
Yes.
I can't imagine what it's like traveling to New York every once in a while, going from Sandusky to
Toledo.
Toledo. Yeah.
It's a huge difference.
Yeah,
you know what I
big
mean?
time.
And huge, like, completely. Like, I usually travel like on a Thursday and Friday, or Friday, I'm sorry, Thursday or Friday. And then I get there and I just go right into it. Like I'll have my normal 9 to 5 here. Then I usually would take the early flight out to New York, like around 6 a.m., get there like around 7:50. And go straight to work.
Is there any leisure time in New York? So do you get to enjoy? There's too much in New York.
I know. I've been out to a couple places, but normally I'm working.
That's crazy.
And I'm so busy. You know what I mean? I'm so busy. Usually I'm working from 11 a.m. to like 8 at night.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're busy.
It's a long shift.
Yeah.
You know
and the flight is tiring. Everything. Yeah.
So I've done a couple things, but I've not a
like
lot.
Not adventured.
Yeah.
Just enough to go, let's grab some food here or something simple.
And I've, just little stuff. Maybe I'll go down to downtown or something like that, and
everything there's crazy. Even getting anywhere, it takes forever. Everything. Travel takes forever. I mean, don't get me wrong. When you get there, well worth it.
Worth it. Yes.
All the places, they're so incredible. They're so different. From here to there is a whole different world. But traveling and all that it's a hassle there. Yeah,
it's a hassle. Yeah. Trying to catch a train, learning their transit system. Like I had to learn that. Like
I asked a lot of questions while I was there.
God.
Yeah.
Like I remember when I first started working for the guy Jason, I had to go do pickups at different locations. So I had to go to Giuseppe. I had to go to Louis Vuitton. I had to go to a Christian Dior. I had to go to different showrooms.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
And I'm like walking everywhere that I'm going because I have no idea how to take the train. And I didn't want to tell them, like, I don't know what to, you know what I mean?
No,
I don't want to look bad.
Exactly. Yeah.
So I'm like,
I'll figure this out. I will figure this out. Yeah.
And so I would walk like everywhere. And so I was like, damn, you know what? I gotta learn this train system because my legs can't take it.
No, it's too much. It's even the close stuff is far away there. So
like, oh, go up 3 blocks. I'm like, this is 3 blocks.
Yeah, 1 block is 5 blocks. This is cheating. Yeah,
like you really that's 3 blocks.
Yeah,
like 3 blocks here and 3 blocks there is totally different.
Yeah. Two different systems altogether.
Yes.
How many things have you done here locally? So I imagine a lot of things. Out there, but you can't be out there all the time. There's got to be a lot of stuff going on around here.
It's a lot of stuff that goes on around here. I work with a couple of the local artists here.
Okay.
So I work for I style two artists here. One of them, her name is Anitra, and then the other one is Sasha.
Okay.
They're signed to Wall Music.
Okay.
So they're amazing. They're amazing women, beautiful voices. So I style them. I do a lot of personal styling for people here, like for events. I've done styling for a wedding. Photo shoots, just like all types of different stuff. Yeah.
And that's good experience too. It's a real good
It
experience.
is.
I like something like that also because you get to meet a lot of people too. You get a lot of connections and see a lot of different viewpoints of the world and beautify it. Really, I mean, honestly, all you're doing is
That's all I'm doing.
and your own perspective in your own way. That reflects upon how you feel and shows it to the world. That's amazing. Yes. Do you like working here more or going out somewhere else? Is New York the only place, by the way, or have there been other?
Far, that's how I've done all my work in New York.
Okay,
all my work in New York so far. I would say a mix of both.
Okay,
a mix of both. Just because I'm I'm working with celebrities. You know what I mean? That's dope.
That's awesome.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But here I'm working with other people and we're working together.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I'm working together. They're helping me. I'm helping them. You know what I mean? So I like them both. You know what I mean? I like working here.
I guess they're different experiences in their own right.
Different experiences.
Nice. What are your plans? What are your plans for the future? You want to continue working where you're at? I'm sure because that was one of your dreams to begin with was work where you're at.
Right.
But anything you want to grow off of that, or what's kind of your plans?
Yeah. So my plan is I want to have my own like fashion house. I want to be not only a stylist, but I want to design as well.
Okay.
So I want to have my own fashion house. Like that's the ultimate goal for me.
I like it.
Is to do that. Yeah, that's what I want to do. I want to do that.
I've seen you've done somewhat of that stuff. Because I've seen pictures of your own creations.
Yes,
so I see you're already on that trend.
Yeah, I'm on that trend.
Yeah. So good.
There. Yeah.
So you just want to make it better because
because
you've already done that. You've already done that, but you want to do it larger scale.
Yes.
Okay. Good. Because I think I've seen some beautiful pictures that you posted online. Yeah, absolutely. So you're already doing it. That's great. So you've already hit it. You've already did what you wanted to do. You just want to keep doing it.
I just want to keep doing it.
Exactly.
And
That's awesome.
Yes,
I love it.
I want to be in stores. You know what I mean? And I want for people to wear my product.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. So.
Absolutely. I love it. I love it. A lot of people skip the step where they don't notice what they've already achieved. Yes. Because you're trying to achieve this, but you have achieved a lot. So I mean that's awesome. So congratulations first and foremost. Like honestly,
and that is like
don't
one
lose
of the
sight of that.
Things to always when you're following your dreams, and I tell this to myself and I tell it to other people. It's hard to really, like you said, take in what you've already done. You know what I mean? Because you want more.
Because you're growing.
Better. You know what I mean?
You're moving forward.
Yeah, you're moving forward.
Yeah.
You always want to just keep going and keep going.
Yeah.
And you just sometimes you have to sit back and just say, you know what? I've done a lot.
Yeah.
You know, and even with this whole coronavirus and everything, like it kind of got to me a lot just because I was so used to being on the go. You know what I mean? For 2 years, I was traveling. You know, at least twice a month, you know what I mean? Traveling and, I'm a structured person. Yeah. So I work on that. You know what I mean? Like I know this, and this, and this. And so having that being like taken away it was kind of difficult. It kind of made me think, ReAnna, you're not doing enough. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you doing? Yeah. But then I had to sit and I had to really think about all the things that I have accomplished. Yeah. You know what I mean? And be proud of that.
Yeah, absolutely. I have to agree with you 110%. So just to touch base on that subject with you, I think we were all going through that. Yeah, I think this COVID has messed up everything and everybody, and none of us are fully aware of how it's affecting us. Right. But I know I've gone through my own major depressions with this. Yes. Where I feel like the same thing. I'm not doing enough. Yes. Like I'm always at home. I'm always like, what am I doing with my life? Right. Like I feel these situations where like it just full on weighs me down. And I don't feel that I'm getting enough accomplished and maybe I'm not because I'm so into this like depression because I was used to going to work, seeing people, talking. I'm good at talking and I love meeting new people, talking, all types of stuff. And now I'm just inside. And so that throws my whole mentality off. So from going out and exploring and seeing stuff, especially even going out to eat and meeting new people that way. Everything. I love doing that. I love socializing, I guess is the best word. And we have to have social distance. So like it's literally so hitting me where it hurts the worst. Right. And I've had to find ways to adapt. I've found myself not as much on social media.
Right.
Because I feel like it weighs me. Every time I get on there, it's negativity.
It's negative.
Where it used to be my fun zone. Like that was super like I'd meet new people. I'd see new spots. People did this. Oh, people went to visit here. And now I look and it's like, oh, coronavirus did this. Yes. Oh, Republican versus Democrat did this. It's I'm so sick of all that negative news. Right. And now I'm also stuck in the house. Right. So all I get is that negative news feed. Yeah. And I think it really weighed me down. Yeah. So I'm working on reflecting on that and getting back to kind of how I used to be without doing all the social stuff, but trying to avoid all that. It's like a minefield when you get on any media platform. Any social media. Any of them. It's all negative, and it's hard to maneuver around and find the positive things. So I've been shutting myself out of that, which is not so good for certain things because social media is like a new, I won't say a new, but it's a super big thing. I don't think people realize exactly how big it is. Like you get your news through there. Yeah. You find out what everybody's doing. Like everything is done. Like everything. You do it through social media. You don't even talk to people as much, or you message them through that same social media. Like, hey, what's going on? Contact them through there.
Yep.
If they were to take away any of these right now,
it would be.
A lot of people would not know how to react. No. A lot of people would be like, have you ever found yourself just bored, like waiting for something, and you open up Facebook or Instagram or whatever it is, but you don't even know why you opened it up. You just did it.
You just did it, and you're like, why am I here?
Why exactly? Yeah. I have investments in stocks. I have a lot of things that I need to pay attention to. And when I open my phone, I end up on Facebook, and I'm like, stop. I try to stop myself. Stop. So I'm trying to stop those kind of things and look more into the kind of things that I need to look into for productivity, as opposed to just leisurely reading through these negative comments. And they bait you. They bait you so well where you click on it. You're like, wait a second, let me read into this. And then the headline and the story doesn't even match up that well. The headline threw you off. Then you read the story like, I just wasted 5-10 minutes of my life reading something that it wasn't correlating with what the headline had said in the first place. So I'm learning to navigate through that. So I understand completely what you mean about the coronavirus affecting all of us, especially you who used to travel. So now you're here.
I'm here
all the time.
I'm here all the time.
What have you found with your newfound time here? Wow. What have you been trying? What have you been experiencing here?
I've done a couple different things. Like I've still worked with a couple of my clients. I have wrote a memoir, started writing a memoir.
Nice.
It's not completely finished.
That's okay.
It's something, honestly, that I don't think will ever be finished.
No.
Because as you go through life, you're still growing. And you're still learning things.
And you're going to change perspectives. You're going to change everything or solidify perspectives. I mean, you don't know because it's a crazy journey we're all taking. And each one of us sees it through different lens. So, like, it's going to be different for you than it is for me. The same time period could indicate a whole different meaning for you than what it indicates for me. So, that's something you're going to be working on for
for a while. Yeah. So, I started doing that. Honestly, just reflecting on myself a lot more.
Yeah.
Because I never honestly had the time, you know what I mean? I was like always on the go, and I always knew, okay, I'm on the go now, but I'm going to be gone in like 3 weeks. And so I am reflecting on myself and finding out new things about myself, which is scary, but at the same time worth it. You know, things that I need to personally work on to improve me as a better person. So it's a change, a huge adjustment, but I'm thankful for it in a sense. Because it's something that I need. I think, all of us do.
But I think a lot of us put that, I know I put it off because I'm hitting a lot of milestones where I'm like, I didn't even focus on this before. I didn't care about this. I said I'd get to it at some point. Now I have the time to, and that's scary because now I have to. Like you have to confront certain things, certain aspects.
Yes.
Mine has been health.
Yeah.
Mine is health, big time. Big time. I've been working out like crazy for the last month. Yes. I have been so out of shape for the last decade, you know what I mean? A
Yeah.
super long time.
Right.
And it's been super bad. And being in the house every day has been crazy. So I got a personal trainer.
Awesome.
Yeah, shout out to Josh Buchanan.
Oh,
Family Fitness.
Family Fitness.
Yes,
Yeah,
yeah,
okay.
yeah. Tremendous
Awesome.
trainer.
He does a good job. I've seen his stuff on Facebook.
He does a fantastic job. Not only that, for somebody who's beginning this was as out of shape as me, like I was out of the game after like 2 sets of workouts.
What?
Bad.
Wow.
Bad. Bad. I can't tell you how bad.
Right.
Like I felt ashamed of this. And all it did was push me harder. And I told him, I was like, please don't give up. Like, this is why I'm here.
Right.
Obviously, me being down right now is telling you that I need this. And I've been going. So we started earlier, then COVID hit, and then we stopped. So we started back up about a month ago.
Okay.
And been going hard. About 4 days a week is what I tend to go.
Awesome.
Yeah, exactly. I love it.
Yeah.
And now I'm going to start my second month here Monday, tomorrow. Yeah,
Okay.
tomorrow. And get right back into it. I'm going to go harder the second month, but I'm putting a focus on it where I didn't before. My focus is I can't work out. I'm busy. I have to go do this. I have to go do that. I have to go do I have a million things. And now I'm realizing, maybe I was making excuses. Maybe I was avoiding it in my own head. Like, and I had valid excuses. I have to go work. I have to go do this. There's certain things that I need to do. But there's always a little bit of time in there that you can fit some stuff in.
It's 4% of your day.
Yeah.
I work out as well, so it's 4% of your day. All you have to look at it is like you can take away 4% of your day. 30 minutes of a TV show, 45 minutes of a show, a movie or something that you work out for your health, for yourself. To prolong your life, your health, your activity, your mental, your spiritual, your everything. It's so good. Like when you're working out, it does help with your mental health.
Yes. Big time. So, and so that's helped me cope a lot through this, like a lot. So that was one of the main points that I wanted to focus on during this. And this is realization after the depression, after the what am I doing? What can I invest my time into? What do I need to learn? Do I need to, because there's some people I'm learning a new language. That's a tough one.
It's all about what you want to do. People took this time to learn and to do other things. Some people like myself maybe have took their time to reflect on themselves. I mean, it's just all how you want to spend that time.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
It's all good as long as you spend it the way that you want to spend it, the way that you think is beneficial to yourself. Yes. It's giving us that self-reflection time. Sometimes that's scary though.
It is very,
because there are some other points that you hit and you're like, I need to work on this bad.
And this is something that okay. I mean, I'm still trying to work on that.
I think we all are. All right, so that's
I'm just like, okay, ReAnna, you need to work on that in your life. You know what I mean? You need to work on that type. You need to communicate that. My biggest thing is communication. You know what I mean? Like, I've learned that that's something that I do need to work on very, very well, is communication.
What in what way do you mean?
Just always communicating the right way.
Okay, all right,
the right way. The right
communication
way.
is a big thing.
Relationships, though, you know what I mean? Like personal, professional, whatever. Everything.
Communication is harder than people think in form of body language and tone, and what words you use, in what order you use certain words. All that comes into play, and it's a lot harder than most people think is just a conversation, or it's just but sometimes you don't relay the exact thing that you have, or it comes out in your head, it comes out the right way, but when the words come out, it doesn't give that same intention that you have in your head, and that's hard. That's a good one to work on, though. That's a real good work on.
That's the one that I'm working on.
I'm realizing that with this podcast, because this is all communication. This is all talking, and it's sometimes I've even gotten stuck where I'm like, So it's harder than it's a lot harder than most people think. But that's a good one to work on, especially in your field. Because you got a lot of communication to do.
Communicate all the time.
All the time. That's a work thing, and personally, that's another one. Because you can relay the wrong information
the wrong way, and I don't want to do that.
You create a chaos when it should have been a harmony. It's like, oh no, like wait, time out. That wasn't supposed to. So this self-reflection time is, I mean, as scary as it is, and I think you have to hit those lows. Like for me, like I said, it literally is, and I'll use the word depression openly, because I just felt sad. I felt like I didn't know what to do. I had no like ambition to do anything. You know what I mean? Like and motivation is the word I should use. I had no motivation to like get out and do anything. Yeah. It's kind of like push yourself. Yeah. And then it makes you just focus. But if you focus and pay attention to what your mind is telling you, and then work on it, it starts to get better. Yeah, it starts to get better slowly. And then the working out has been phenomenal for my mental. Yep. Aside from physically being better, like mentally, it just makes you feel better. And then that in turn has got me more productive at doing things. Exactly. And then it leads out to more positive and more positive. But that's not an easy journey. It starts out kind of rough. It does. And that's affecting a lot of us. Even though you look on social media, some people are trying to take vacations, get out of here, look at it, and that's great. I mean, nothing wrong with that. But I think we're all going through it. Yeah. Just some don't show it out there, and sometimes we feel isolated. Like maybe this is just happening to me, because I had this conversation with my friends. Like, hey, and that's a hard conversation to have. It's like, hey, I feel this way. It's not something that we really talk about. Right. You know, that's not a daily conversation. Right. Obviously, that's not even a monthly conversation. But after this, I was talking to some of my friends like, hey, I feel this way. Is this normal? Like, am I okay? Like, do I need to go see a doctor? Like, I'm dead serious. Right, and I was, and then I broke it down and I was like, well, I'm not even giving myself a chance. I'm not eating healthy. Oh, eating was the other one that I had to touch on. Yes. Eating was a big one. I was like, eating fast food and stuff I can't even do it anymore. It makes me feel bad now. Yeah. It makes me literally like You
feel sick.
I feel sick. Yeah. It's like my body's like, why did you do that to me? To eating healthy, to working out, to all that kind of stuff. It really does. It makes a phenomenal impact, a great impact that I didn't realize until I ate fast food again, and I just felt like crap. And I was like,
and that feeling doesn't go away like instantly. It's like it takes a while.
Yeah. For me, like I realized it happened to me. So I have my kids every other weekend, and when I have my kids, we go and get food, and we eat homemade food, but they want pizza, stuff like that. I'm like, cool, let's grab it. And so I started working out, changing, and so during the week I'm eating real healthy, and then the kids come over, and I start eating stuff like that, and I'm like, I feel kind of weird, like, you know what I mean? And then I drop the kids off, and I'm like, maybe I'm depressed because I dropped the kids off. You know what I mean? That's a sad feeling. Like, okay. And then, time goes by. I feel better again. I'm working out, blah, blah, blah. They come back over. The same cycle. Third time it happened to me, I was like, something's going on. Because this is let me put something together here. Yeah. And I realized it was the food that I was eating. And I was like, all right, when they come over, I'll grab them their food. That's fine, but I'm going to eat something else. I'm going to still eat my healthy food, because I eat stuff like chicken, healthier stuff throughout the week. And then I was cheating on the weekend. I skipped cheating. Yep. I don't cheat because it makes me feel bad. Like, it doesn't. Makes you feel bad. Yeah, it's like I didn't realize that until I went through it a couple times. So little things can impact you in a big way.
Big way. Yeah. Big way.
So what else? So we got COVID's been going on since what? When were we supposed to do our original podcast, by the way? This was March? Was this March?
Was it March? I think it was March.
I'm pretty sure it was either March or the beginning of April.
Somewhere in
there. Somewhere there. And it was March,
because it was March.
They closed everything down, right?
They closed everything down.
Yeah, and we were like, COVID hit, let's postpone it. Yes. So this has been going on for quite a while now. And it takes a while for the reflection of that to hit, and then the process begins. Yes. And now we're here. So now, me personally, I'm here, and I have a little bit more ambition now and things to do, some positive things, especially with all this going on. I want to get the positive message out there. I'm so tired of the negativity out there. Yes. We have enough of that, like flooding the market right now. Like, get out of here with that. So I'd like to bring some positivity, especially here in our city. Yeah. This is one of the major starting points of this whole podcast was what a beautiful city we have. Like, honestly, we fail to see it a lot of times because the focus is on the negative. And I can understand that right now. But when I first started this, it was a focus on the negative unnecessarily. There's so many positive things that we have. We have the mud hens, we have the walleye, we have this beautiful downtown where it used to be very, very, very different down here. We didn't have all the things that we have. Right. ProMedica Park, the park they're building right over the bridge, the apartments they built, the restaurant, the park they're building all the way around by the docks and all that. Like, they're doing some major things here. And these are all things that we should be proud of. Like, honestly, we have so many good things here. And for some reason, we tend to focus on the negative. And I don't like that. So the whole premise of this show was to push forward the positivity, and I want to push that forward a little bit more. With COVID, I understand it's a little harder right now, but moving forward, I think that'll ease up, and I can push more on that positivity. And I know I have a lot of people that I still want to do this with and sit down, and I want to let the city know the people that we have here.
The people that are doing some really great things, because there's so many people that are doing amazing things. Like I run into people like all the time. I'm like, wow,
yeah,
like,
you're proud,
that's dope.
right?
Like,
yeah, like like, keep doing it,
cool.
please.
Yes,
I
love that. I love it.
And encouraging them, because a lot of people start an adventure and it's hard. It's hard. Really, really hard. And you don't see the positivity in it. You only see the struggle. Like even in your own adventure, you sometimes don't look back at all the positive things you've done or what you've accomplished, and you feel kind of down about it.
Right.
So I try to push people forward as much as I can and remind them of the things that they've done.
Because you never know what someone is going through.
No.
So like, even if get on Facebook and I see somebody post something and I'm like, something that they're going through, I'll inbox them and say something positive to them.
Yeah, very nice.
Because I like to pour in what people have poured into me. So if people have spoke positive into me, I'm going to take that and I'm going to speak it into them.
I love it.
Just because, like I said, people go through so many things, and you just don't know what those words that you just said to them can
impact. They can do a big, major impact.
Because I know how it makes me feel when someone says something nice to me. You know what I mean? So like I said, I just want to pour into so many other people that are doing amazing things, and tell them you have people here that support you. You know what I mean? Whether you feel like you don't, and you don't have to know me personally, but I do support you.
I love it. That's a fantastic thing. I think we all need that, and I think that's another purpose for this show is so that people see people like you, because maybe there's a lot of people out there that don't know about you. There's a lot of people that don't know some of my other guests that who is this guy, what are they talking about, what is the point of this? And then you sit down and you listen to some of the messages that we're spreading and some of the impact that we have, from school teachers that I've had on this show to Drake. Do you know Drake, Bun, by the way? Toledo.
Oh yeah, Toledo.
That's my boy. So doing things like that. I had Francisco on here who does a social worker. Like there's a variety of things that just do positive things here, and maybe people don't know who they are. And I want everyone to know who they are. I want this to be a network, a big network of people who can reach out to, hey, I saw you had this one person on your show, and let me put you on with this person, and just spread. That's all I want to do, is spread that positivity as much as possible. And I plan on doing that, like I said, more. as this continues. So that being said, that's my approach for all this with COVID and my adventure. What's your kind of adventure with all this right now? Do you have a long-term plan? Do you have a and I'm only relating this to just because we're self-reflecting, we're sitting down. Like, do you have a plan? Do you have a city that you want to go to? Do you have a specific person that you want to work with? Do you have a specific game plan? Like those kind of things.
My game plan was to relocate.
Okay, where at?
To New York.
New York, you want to go there? You want to move there?
You know what's so crazy is that I've always wanted to live in New York.
Oh yeah?
I've always wanted to live there. I always see myself there. Okay. I've always wanted to do fashion.
That's the place.
So that's the fashion capital.
That's the place, yeah.
So like that's my plan. That's still my plan. Even with everything going on, I know everything is going to shift and everything is going to change. But yeah, that's my plan, to go to New York, to move to New York, and
any area. New York is big. When you say I want to go to New York, it's like
Brooklyn. I love Brooklyn. Yeah. I always whenever I'm in New York, I always stay in Brooklyn.
Okay.
It's to me.
Do you have anybody out there, or do you just go on your own adventure?
It's just me.
You by your lonesome?
Be my
That's good. That's not scary.
You know what? The first time I went, I was scared, but like I said, I just believe in like the universe, and I believe that everything is destined. You know what I mean? It was a purpose. Yeah. So I just went. You know what I mean? Like I said, I was nervous, but I met so many cool people on the way. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like so many people that I gravitated to, and they gravitated towards me. That just helped me along my way. Like I don't have a sense of direction at all.
Me neither. I understand that 100%. Yeah.
I would get so lost, but it would be so many people that will always help me. Yeah. You know what I mean? And people always say like, oh, people in New York are not friendly. It's people around everywhere that aren't friendly. But
I've heard that so many times. I think that's completely I've met a lot of negative people too, but I met more positive people and helpful people than I met of any other kind there. So I don't completely agree with that either, even though I heard the same thing.
It's like I've met some really cool people that along my way.
Yeah.
You know, and it wasn't, like I said, at first it was scary. And it, you know, it was lonely too. Because anytime that you are following a dream or following a passion, you don't want to do it alone. But at the same time, it's your dream, it's your passion. And you can't take everybody with you.
To hold you back.
As much as you want to, and that's like part of my problem, you know, like I want to take people with me because I feel like I'm, you know, if I'm gonna go, I want
we all going.
We all going. Yeah. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, it's your journey.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You can try as much as you want.
Can try
I encourage that as much as possible. Help out as much as you can. But there's going to be certain steps where people just won't follow you. And first of all, I'm proud of you because you went out there by yourself, and that's scary to go anywhere by yourself. Super scary. It's a big world out there. Just that city itself,
just that city alone.
is insane. So I'm proud of you for even taking that adventure and going out and doing that. A lot of people would stop right there. But when you try to take other people with you to do certain things, there's always that, well, I got to do, well, let me see, I don't know, well, hold on, this weekend, let's another time. And you get to a point where you get stopped.
Yep,
you get stopped on what you're doing. Because of other people. And sometimes you got to go by yourself. And then you hit that scary step of going by yourself, and that. And that's where a lot of other people stop. They're like, no, well, I'm not going to go by myself because, you know, I don't know what could happen if I go by myself. So that's another journey, another adventure, just going out on your own, sitting on an airplane by yourself, getting to places, talking to random people. I talk a lot. I talk to random people all the time. And I speak Spanish too. So when I was in New York, as soon as I heard people say, hey, where are you from? What are you doing? And there's a lot. There's so many different races and everything. And I love there's so much diversity there.
That's what I love.
It's amazing. Yes.
I love the diversity. I love that people are themselves.
Yes.
Because I'm the type of person, I'm who I am. I don't ever try to be like anyone else.
Yeah.
And I encourage people, follow your own path. You know what I mean? Be who you are authentically. And there, people are just who they are. And they don't care.
They're free. They're real free.
It's just like, it's so refreshing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's so refreshing to see people comfortable at being who they really are.
Yeah.
So
and they're nice, like, because I got lost I don't know how many times there. Honestly, I got lost everywhere there. And be like, hey, how do I get here? No, you just, hey, go down there. Where you from? And you're like, oh snap, a whole nother conversation. It's like, all right, this is amazing. So like, this is great. So cool. And that's not like a one-off. That's like any time that you run into that scenario or go somewhere to drink or eat or whatever, and people strike up a conversation. I met some amazing people out there, and I was by myself. I was alone on New Year's Eve.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I went out there with some friends, and they all turned in early. Yeah, they all turned in early before midnight. And I was like, hey, look, I'm not sitting in this hotel. No. Like, there's no way this is going to happen. Like, I just came. Sleeps. Yeah, like, I don't know what's going on. And I went out that night. It was like 11-ish, maybe a little after 11. And there was a place that had as much as you could eat or drink. They had a buffet and drinks for like $50.
Oh, wow. Cool.
It's $50. And I was like, if I give you these $50 right now, you're going to let me drink whatever I want, whatever you want. I was like, I drink vodka and Red Bull. Drink vodka and Red Bull as much as I want.
Wow.
Yes. And we have food in the back. Do you like food? Who doesn't love food? What kind of question was that? It's like, we have rice, we have pork, we have steak, whatever you want back there. For this $50, you can do all that. I was like, yes. Okay. Wow. Here you go. Here's my $50. I'm going to go at. So they gave me a little wristband. I went there. And that was it. And then I go off and I sit at the bar by myself because I'm with nobody else. And I start drinking. I'm like, I got an hour's worth because it was only until midnight that they were offering this.
Okay.
So I need to drink now.
Right.
So I started drinking. I didn't even get any food. I had already ate. I wasn't interested in the food, but the drinks for $50.
Right.
I got to get my $50 worth. Yeah. So I start drinking and I'm watching TVs. I'm looking around. I'm like, shit, man, I'm by myself on New Year's in New York. What the hell is going on with my life? And got two people sitting on each side of me. I mean, the place is packed.
Right.
And they start talking to me just out of nowhere. Da-da-da, the TV, you see that over there? It was, yeah, man. What's the easy conversation. It's not like it was a force. It was not like a, hey, no, it was a nothing. It was in the middle, like you're just part of a big group there. And everybody was super, super friendly. Yeah. I never understood the concept of people saying that it was.
Neither. Like I said, like I met so many cool people, and people would always ask, oh, where are you from? And I'm like, Ohio. And then I'll tell them like,
they have questions about that. They have anytime you say Ohio, they have questions. Yes. do you live in the cornfields? Like, I always get that remark, like a cornfield remark. Because, like, hey, look, no, man, why
I have
the
some of my
cornfield?
friends. It's so funny because, like, when you live in New York, and a lot of New York people, they travel to Atlanta.
Oh, they travel.
LA.
Big cities.
Yeah.
Big cities.
They don't come here.
No.
So they're like, can I have a question? Like, my friends, they'll say, what is it to do in Ohio?
Yeah.
Like, what do you do there? And I'm like, I mean, same stuff you do here.
Just smaller scale.
Just a smaller scale.
Yeah. We got restaurants and bars too.
It's so funny, like, that they were like, what is it?
Yeah.
It's in Ohio.
But it's exciting to give them that conversation.
Yeah, it's so
hey,
exciting
look,
to
I
give
live
them
in a
that.
small city. We still have
Yeah.
this, but
we still
it doesn't
have
take me an hour and a half to get
exactly.
wherever I'm going.
Exactly.
Like, the furthest it takes me like a half hour. I can get to the longest distance I need to
in 30 minutes.
in 30 minutes or less. Like, guarantee it's like a pizza delivery. I'll be there in 30 minutes or less, or it's free. Like, I guarantee it.
Yes.
So I love that about the city. I've had that conversation about. A lot of people say, "Oh, this is a small city." Well, I kind of like the smaller scale because we can get around a lot easier. But we still have big stuff. Like our Fifth Third Field is better than a lot of other stadiums. I'll just say it that way. I don't want to. I'm not trying to get anybody mad. I don't want to say any other specific stadiums. I'm saying we have a better stadium than a lot of major league stadiums. I'll say it that way. We have things here that are beautiful, and people don't appreciate it because they don't look that way. They don't look at that stuff. They look at the negativity.
They look at the negativity.
And that really needs to stop.
What I love about Toledo is that we do have stuff here. We have an art museum. Our art museum is dope.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I love the Toledo Art Museum.
Yes,
it's
absolutely.
amazing. We have that, like you said, we have the Fifth Third Field. We have so much.
Yes.
You know what I mean? We have so much, but like you said, on a smaller scale. And people will always say, "Oh, you there's nothing to do in Toledo. There's nothing to do." You just have to look for it.
You have to look for it. Yeah. Well, you have to do it. Not even look for it because look, the art museum's been there for forever.
However
I didn't go there
years.
till last year.
Really?
I didn't go there till last year.
And
I was like, what would I do at the art
block
museum? What am I going to do?
there. Yeah.
What am I going to do? And then I went in there and I looked at it and it's amazing.
It's amazing.
Yeah, the whole thing was, I was like, why did I wait so long to come in here? Mm-hmm. And I know I haven't explored all of that place yet. There's still more that I need to explore there because as I was walking in and looking at stuff, I got stuck just stopped and reading some of the history of some of the things that they have in there.
Right.
And it's room after room after room of this. It's like, I didn't even know we had this much here. Like, I'm learning something new completely.
Yes.
And on top of that, I didn't even realize the scale of what we have here.
Right.
That's just one location.
That's just one
location. And again, people say they're bored, there's nothing to do, but they're also not looking for those kind of positive things. Because that's a different, to go to an art museum or to go to our zoo. Have you ever gone to the zoo by yourself?
Yes.
I went to the zoo by myself recently. I did this last year also. 'Cause I always go to the zoo with people. We walk around, hurry up, we got to go here. I decided I want to go to the zoo one day just by myself. And I went on a Monday and just walked around, and I had the time of my life because I could sit and stare at whatever I wanted for as long as I wanted and just sit there, and I got to read all the stuff because I like to read and find out what is going on.
Me. Like I look at everything just because I am into fashion. I look at everything in that aspect. I look at like going to the museum or going to the zoo, like, oh, okay, that can be, you know what I mean? Like in my mind, I'm looking at it as a more creative aspect.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And that's where I can gain a lot of creativity from.
Absolutely.
Even outside.
Nature is
like the best way to gain creativity. Just being in nature and just being in that time and you just taking all of that in. You know what I mean? Like that's where I get my creativity from.
Absolutely.
So I completely understand.
Yeah.
Like going to the art museum by yourself or going to the zoo, like it's like, you know.
I also think that a lot of this stuff does come with getting older. Because when I was younger, I was zero interested in most of this stuff.
Right.
Especially here, I was always talking about how there was nothing to do here.
Right.
And I came from Miami, so Miami has a lot of stuff to do there.
Yeah.
Here, not so much. You're like, what did I get into?
Right.
What is going on here? And you look down on it because you've seen other things and you're like, we don't have that here. So it took a while for my mindset to catch up with the reality of what we have here. Yeah. But I also didn't have anybody speaking to me about what we had here. It was a self-learning process where I was like, oh, okay, we do have this. We do have that. I think the people that you surround yourself with or what you listen to, whether it's on YouTube or what you watch or whatever the case may be, huge impact. So when you get that fed and you hang out with the group of people. There's nothing to do here. Let's just go drink. Let's just go do that.
Let's go party.
Let's go. Yeah. Yes. And then you fall into that cycle because that's fun, right? Like you go with your friends and you have a good time because you're there with your friends. But what can you do by yourself to have a good time? What else can you do? Do you always have to be do you always have to drink? Do you always have to have that same circle to have fun? If so, look at your options. Maybe you're doing something a little. Now, when I was younger, this was completely normal for me. So don't tell me nothing. I know everything about the world, you know. But now that I'm a little bit older and I'm realizing, look, I need to excel myself a little bit better. How do I progress myself? Like not for anybody's sake, for my own sake. Yeah, like I want to do something better. What do I do? How do I learn about that? And then I started going to places like the art museum, to the zoo, and just reading. I like to read. I like to know knowledge.
Knowledge
like,
is everything.
How does this work? Like what? These animals are crazy. I didn't even know these things could do this. Like this is a lot of stuff going on there, and you start to see more of the world, and it expands. Your whole viewpoint of everything expands, and it kind of humbles you. To see where you're at, what you're doing, but it also opens you up to new experiences. Like, oh, okay, my city has a lot more than what I thought. Look at all I'm learning. Look at these positive experiences I'm having. I'm not drinking anything. I'm not doing anything crazy. I'm sitting here humbly reading these plaques that are by whatever I'm looking at, and that's it. And it's something so simplified. Or the games, just going down and enjoying a game, a walleye game, a baseball game, whatever it may be. Those experiences, I think, change maybe with age. Because maybe when I was younger, I had more energy and I wanted to do different stuff and be crazy. Yeah, and now it's like, nah, I'm cool. I don't. Let's do something a little simpler. And then that mixed in with, so that was last year's adventure of learning to explore the city, like the art museum. I can't believe it took me that long to see the art museum. I'm still kind of like, I feel bad saying that it took me that long.
Well, at least you went.
But yes, all right. So at least I did it, and then I realized what I was missing out on. This year's adventure has been working out. So it's slowly a calm. I think as you get older, you start looking at reflecting, and you're like, maybe I should do this instead. Maybe I should do that. And then when you find something that you're passionate about, me in particular, it's this podcast, or just not even this podcast. It's just spreading the positivity as much as I can and making people aware of stuff that maybe they're not aware of, like me. I was not aware of a lot of the stuff here. And as much as people talked about it, well, nobody talked about it, but they mentioned it. Oh, we have the art museum. Yeah, but what is there? I don't know, because I've never been there. So why are you telling me about the art museum if you can't even tell me anything about it? Like,
for sure.
I want to know a little bit more. So I figure maybe the younger generation should hear a little bit more about what we have here, and what better way to spread it than this right now.
Right here.
And you found yours in fashion, so it's great to find something that you're passionate about, because then you don't really have to. It's not work. Even when you're working, like your mind is there because you can take care of it, but your mind is also on what you love, and you're working on that. Like it's something you want to do. You can't wait to have the free time to go do it. Go
just be in it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's like one of the most rewarding things.
Yeah.
Like whenever I'm doing anything into fashion, it's never work to me.
Yeah.
Because it's like my passion.
Yeah, you're just having fun.
I'm having fun, and I'm not realizing like, oh, it's such and such time.
Yeah.
You know, like the last time when I was working in New York, we were fitting like, he was Jason, the guy I work for, he was debuting his line. And so we had the fitting for the models. He had 45 models that we had to fit. So I had to fit them for the outfits, the shoes, and everything. And like we worked 14 hours that day. So I was with them until like 2 o'clock in the morning, and then had to turn around, and call time for the Fashion Week was at 7. So I had to be up in like a couple hours, but it didn't feel like work to me, because it was a joy. You know what I mean? And I was around amazing people, amazing positive people, you know what I mean? And so it felt good. It felt like,
well, doing what you love, it's already feeling good. But when you surround yourself with other people who are also like just doing something that they really love to do, it becomes an amazing experience. You can run on like no sleep, no food, no nothing. You can run off you run off energy. You really run off of feeding each other. Your energy.
That energy just goes back and forth. And I love being around people like that. I love being around people that have good energy and are following their dreams and everything like that. So it helps me, and and me being around them helps them. So it's just like, I love it. It feels so good.
I love it.
It feels so good.
Do you have any projects coming up? Anything coming up soon?
Well, I was going to be in New York. Actually, this upcoming week, I was supposed to leave this Friday, and I was going to work for her next video, but I'm not going just because
everything going on right now.
Everything going on, and I will have to quarantine, and
it's a process right now.
A whole bunch of stuff right now. So that was going to be something big that I was going to be working on. But I also work for a magazine too. So,
okay. How's that go?
It's going pretty good. It's a magazine. It's called Naked.
Okay.
It's primarily for women and women empowerment. It's basically raw, unfiltered.
Nice.
Just basically promoting women empowerment and everything like that. So
what do you do there?
I'm a stylist for the magazine.
Okay.
So the magazine has not came out yet, so we're still working out everything. Our first issue should come out in December.
Nice.
Hopefully without everything going on, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Everything right now is a little hectic. Yeah.
But like I work for them, and so it's cool because
how do you like that?
I like it. I've met so many amazing people with it. Everyone that works for the team for the magazine lives in different places.
Okay.
And so we have our meetings through, Zoom and everything.
Yeah.
That. So it's pretty cool. So that's what I've been working on as well. So just been working. I've been doing a lot.
How'd you find out about the magazine? How did that come about?
I was just scrolling through Indeed, I think.
Okay.
And I was just like, I just want to find something. I just want to do something I can do remotely in fashion, and that came out, and I like it. So it's pretty cool.
Very nice. Well, congrats on that.
Thank you.
Yeah, it has to be something different.
Yeah.
So it's not coming out till December, so you can't have anything solidified yet. Like you can't have anything. So you have ideas. So you guys are working.
So we're working, and we're creating it.
Okay.
We're creating the topics that we're going to discuss.
I love it.
We're creating like the whole layout, like everything. And what's going to be so dope about that is that when the issue does come out, I'm going to be able to look at it and say that I helped create this magazine. Like this magazine, I had an input on this topic.
Yeah.
I had an input on the way this person is styled, this model is styled in the magazine.
I think right now is the perfect time to plan. So like you said, it's coming out in December, like, and you guys are getting everything together. That's perfect. Like right now is the time to get everything together. Like right now is the time to think long term. What can I do once we're out of this?
Right.
I've already told my friends this. I said 2020 is a wash for me. 2020 is just a wash. Yeah. Forget about it. Yeah. I see 2021 as a recovery year.
Yes.
I said 2022 is my year. Yep. I'm calling it now. 2022 is my year because I'm starting to work out now. I'm starting to eat healthy. I got my money invested in different stocks. I have my job. I love my job that I have already. So like I'm good there. I have this going on, but I plan on expanding on this. Yes. I was supposed to do a positive energy party this year, which I announced, and I was so ready. Me and Drake, we set it up. He said it right outside of here. We already had it set up. We're gonna have a big block party. This whole area right in front, and just we're gonna call it the PEP, the positive energy party.
Yes.
That's it. Put some positive music on. All of us hang out and just have one good night. Just one good night of just positive energy. That's the whole focus on it. And, with everything going on, we can't get together like that.
Right.
Hopefully by next year, things are a little bit better. And I'm dying to throw that party because it sounds like so much fun. And then if it can't happen next year, I think by next year we'll be okay. But if it can't, like I said, 2022 is my year. Yeah. That's the year that I plan on expanding more upon everything. Yeah. So now's the time to kind of plan those things out. Try and set everything up, get everything ready, and work on myself now. So like I've realized since this year's a wash, I'm just gonna work on me. Like this year it's just my focus is on me and how can I make the things, my passion projects better. Like what can I do? Make some ideas on there. Okay. Slowly build, reach out to people. Hey, right now is not the time, but a little bit later on, would you like to do this? And move forward on that. But it's this year. This year I'm just gonna use it for a long-term plan.
Tough.
Like the magazine. It's coming out later. Now utilize it. How do you utilize this time the best? Is planning for when we're out of this, because right now everything is crazy. Everything's insane. Yeah.
Everything is crazy.
I had somebody from, have you heard of the 419 Grind podcast?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I was talking to them earlier, and we might do something together. I'm hoping for something like that.
Jess, what's his name?
I need a little bit more information on that. Don't put me on the spot like that. I looked at a couple of his videos. His last video that they were talking about stocks and stuff like that. They have some genuine conversations on there that I really like. Yeah. And I like his setup. I like everything over there. So I'm like really happy for them, and like I'm really happy for what they're doing. And I'm super excited to hopefully work on something here in the future with something like that. But he's also moving and doing some things. As far as moving location and stuff like that, got a different setup that I saw. He just posted the other day. So I'm super excited for him as well and for what he's doing out there. Right. And I really want to push that forward for anybody who's doing any passion project, whether it's talking, whether it's fashion, whatever your area is, whatever it is you want to do, push forward on it. And push it positively. Don't. I hate people who try to put down other people who are in the same craft or in the same genre that they're doing. Let them do,
and work with them. Because you never know what you lack, they may have.
Exactly, and vice versa. Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean? You can learn from each other. Like,
and not only that, if they're pushing love, I'm pushing love too. Exactly. So we're on the same page. Regardless of, I'm not hating on anybody. I want to push that message as far as I can. And the conversations that you have to let people know who's in our city, fantastic. Please do that. That's exactly what I'm pushing for. So I'd love to see that there's still a lot of people that are doing a lot during this time where it's, like I said, it's a wash for me. For me, I'm seeing it in my own way, and I have a plan, a long-term plan to get at. But everyone's going to take it a little bit differently. But anybody who can push forward during this time, I praise them. I push them forward. I do as much as you can. I work on yourself or work on whatever it is you want to work on. But it's a good time for that. Try to focus on it in a positive way, because if not, you kind of go a little crazy. And,
you're going to lose it just a little bit, maybe.
So you want to move to New York. We're going to jump back on that. Have you, the pricing in New York is a little...
It's so crazy. It is insane.
I mean,
I was just talking to my friend about it yesterday, and I was like, you know what's so crazy is that the cost of living is ridiculous, but everything else is like super affordable. You know what I mean?
Because there's competition everywhere.
Yes, exactly. Everything else is super affordable. But I've been looking into Jersey. Moving into Jersey. I have a couple friends that live in Jersey, so been looking at there. I mean, it's a little bit more cheaper than actually living in the city.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's where I've been looking.
Yeah, that's the toughest point. I think that's it. I mean, honestly, that's it. Everything else is there. You have more there than anywhere else. Like more of everything there, and competition everywhere. So that drives prices down. So you're golden on all that. But the price of living there is just insane.
But I just, everything's gonna work out the way it's supposed to. I mean, I'm not.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh no, you're fine. I'm not like saying that if it doesn't work out, I can still do what I'm doing here. Yeah. I still travel. I can still travel back and forth. Yeah. You know what I mean? But I would rather be there and be actually in it. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like on it every single day.
And that's what I was just about to ask you. If you could go there, would it could become a Monday through Friday instead of a Friday flight out and doing all that? And you can invest more time into it.
I can invest a lot more time in it because I'm there. You know what I mean? Because in the fashion world, it's like you need to be there, boom, because when they need you, they need you. You know what I mean? When it goes, so it's not something that you can say, okay, I can be there on Friday. When they need you, you have to be there for it.
And one of the you said, if it doesn't work out, I think in the things that we do, I think there is no not working out. To me, it feels like that, because even when I'm away from this for a while, things are going to happen. Scheduling conflicts, whatever the case may be, it might not be able to happen. We can't do it, whatever. We'll do it in the future. It's not that we failed. It's not that no, we're just postponing whatever it is, or finding a different way to do it.
There's always a different way.
Yes.
There's always a different solution. Yes. You know what I mean? It's not something, and I would never give up on my passion. Good. I would never give up on my dream just because.
I don't think you can if it's really your passion. If it's really your passion,
something that you love. It's not ever going to leave you. You know what I mean? And I feel like even if I'm not living in New York, I'm still going to always do it. I'm still going to always do it because it's in me. It's who I am.
You want to live in that world.
I want to live in
That's
that
your world. That's your world. So you're going to find a way to live in it, whether it's here, whether it's there. That you're going to live in that world. I agree with you 110%.
It's going to happen.
Yeah. So that's good. I'm glad you have that mindset. I'm glad you're pushing that forward.
Thank you.
If people did want to get a hold of you in any way, shape, or form, social media, how would they get a hold of you?
Well, you can follow me on Instagram. My Instagram name is _ReAnna _ Yvette, or you can find me on Facebook at Yvette ReAnna.
Okay, and I'm gonna post those links on my website on the YouTube video when I put this out there. Is there anything else you want to leave the people with before we go?
I do. Always stay positive. Continue to believe in yourself. Speak life into yourself. And just be positive, like, all the time. I know it's hard. It's one of the hardest things, but just be positive and follow your dreams. I always say this to everybody. It's a motivational speaker I listen to all the time. His name is Les Brown.
Okay.
He always says, a tree can only be a tree. A book can only be a book, but the human being has the capability of being whatever you want to be. So whatever you want to be whatever you want to be. Follow your dream, follow your heart, follow your passion.
I love it. I'll tag everything in the post. I'll have you set up on there. I appreciate everybody for coming and watching. You guys have a good night.
Bye.
Take it easy.